So I'm back. Don't know what happened there. It just didn't wanted me to reconnect. See if I'm live again. Yes, I'm live again. Okay. Yeah, sorry everyone. Maybe let's wait until people coming back. Hi again, so I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. Yeah, welcome back everyone. I don't know what happened. It just didn't wanted me to reconnect, so I had to reboot my whole PC. Even though after restarting it didn't work, so... No, Hannah, it wasn't you. It was me. I don't know. I'm streaming with Streamlabs. And I just tried to reconnect, but it didn't wanted me to reconnect, so I completely rebooted my laptop. I'm also very surprised that my laptop didn't crash earlier. It is pretty stable the last couple streams. I'm knocking 3 times on wood. Hello again. Yeah, no. I don't think so. I'm not leaving yet. I'm not leaving you. Alright. Alright. What are you working on? Are you peeps still working or chilling, or what are you doing? By the way, if you haven't seen the last stream, it's still on the YouTube channel. It was really a crazy stream. I would never thought like the stream would be going so wild. We had everything from a beginner portfolio to really advanced portfolio to someone who drew his whole portfolio on his phone, which I obviously added to my highlights. Shout out to Ruducci. Also, we had a first donation by Hannah. Hannah, I will always remember that. Promise. Yep. So, also as mentioned on Saturday, I will interview a character designer. And if you want to ask him or her certain questions, make sure to post it in the art community or on my Instagram under the story. You guys already posted so many questions, which is really crazy. It's like, I think I wrote down over 30 questions. Some of them doubled a little bit, but that's not a problem. So it seems like there are a lot of common questions from people, which is very interesting also to see. Dun, 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 dun. Like seeing this model now, like this, the railing of the staircase looks a little bit too big in terms of scale. I don't know if I should trust my feeling or if I should trust the reference. Again, it's a miniature, so mistakes can be made. Oh, by the way, I also raised up the resolution for the stream. So it was asked because of the resolution. So it was actually under 720p. So now it should be fine. Oh, so what are you working on? Environments? Characters? No, it did got not unnoticed, Hannah. And I was very happy about that. But I'm curious, did you wrote something or did you just donate it? Because I'm not sure if the function of my animation also has like the text in it. Also, where's the jar actually? It should be visible, but it's not visible. Okay. Don't know. Nice. What are you doing? Painting or design stuff or isometrics? What are you doing? Ah, okay. Okay, that's interesting to know. Thanks for answering. All right. Welcome all the people who joined, because I don't see your names. So I would definitely want to finish this study here for the stream at least. Even though if we got a little bit stopped by stream breaking down. Also on Saturday will be the next stream. But I'm not sure if I will do a portfolio review again. I don't also know if there are more people who want to share their portfolios. And I think also like this time we have to make a limit. Last time we made like 12 portfolios, but I think we should not go over 10 because we had 5 hours of portfolios. And I had actually no voice after the stream anymore, so I'm really curious how other streamers are doing it. I guess they talk less. The way they built these houses looks super inefficient. I can't believe that it's actually German. No front. I don't get to design much with this client. It's mostly illustrations and backgrounds for cutscenes, but originally in more concept art guy. Nice. Can you at least could you say which genre it is? Or is this too much spoiling? I don't want to get you in trouble. We have this, we have this, we have this. Here's a double edge. This goes a little bit inside. So we delete this. Then we have another edge here. This we have, which goes inside, then it goes straight. The other plane we don't see, so we can delete this. So we have then the window frame, then we have the middle of the window frame, which again looks really funky. It's like the corners are not perpendicular or anything. But it seems to be really that it seems to be the style for this architecture. Like nothing is completely has 90-degree angles on the corners and stuff, which is kind of funny. Delete some of the lines here. So there's a edge here. It's quite a unique type of game, so it might be too risky to say it, but it's a big indie game, if you can put it that way. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to bring you in trouble or anything. All good. What the goal is? The goal is working on my form language design. So I have 2 form languages for this project. I always wanted to do fantasy. I never done any like fantasy type of environment designs because at work I do a lot of realistic and 90-20 stuff. So I always wanted to go for like crazy fantasy. And last year I had the form language class with Norris Lynn, which was a very interesting class in terms of like taking some functional and aesthetic keywords out of any certain object. And yeah, my goal here is really just the purpose of learning. So in a moment I just do the studies of the architecture I have chosen. Then I will have to do studies of sailing ships and the terrain, all the reference I've chosen, and then I want to design a town, basically. I can show you the notes quickly because you join later. So basically, good evening, warning. So basically these are all the current reference images, which are basically like the Middle European architecture townhouses. Then in terms of location for the city, it will be on a mountain or on a higher terrain, and also like sailing ships, but not very specific sailing ships. And these are my notes. It's basically problems I just wrote down to cater to a certain direction, so I don't swim around too much. But nothing is 100%. Like, I first go for all the studies, and then when I'm into the design process, like sketching and everything, I will definitely say, okay, is the main problem dried up land, or is the main problem like a fast sea level increase and decreasing? Where's the town located? Is it on a mountain, or is it in the center of a valley and it's some sort of a floating city? So that's all the stuff which I'm just trying to figure out. Like, I really want to take my time here for world building, and also then it's a little bit more consistent for all the streams, you know. I think it's easy to it's nice to see when we have some sort of line, like also people who never done that themselves can see, okay, that's how I start my own project, like writing down stuff, then doing studies, research, and then executing your idea. And I'm also like a big failure guy in terms of I have to do every mistake which you basically can make before I do everything else right. That's why I learn so much out of projects like that. Are you more into architecture than characters? Yes, I would say so. So I'm an environment concept artist. So at work I only do environment stuff. So I would say yes. I'm more into environments. Not specific architecture, but like environments in general. But to step up my world building and all my design stuff, I now also want to dig deeper into architecture, of course. It's maybe not so interesting for the outside, like doing characters and stuff, but for me it's I just enjoy that in a moment. Also, I need to say I usually do characters in my personal time because I do environments at work, but after like last year and the year before, I did so many portraits and so many sketching and drawings, and I learned a lot and I progressed a lot. But like, I don't know, I always did characters because I felt like, okay, I need to practice my characters to not lose any skill there, and also to get better there. But now I really want to start to focus more on environments first, to get my environments really to a really super high level, because I still like feel I'm not there yet, and I just enjoy the process of learning very much. And you never know when, I don't want to jinx it, but you never know when the company is saying, okay, we have to lay off people because any circumstances, lack of money, lack of investors. You never know, so you always need to sharpen your axe. Oh no, I actually don't want to start with the roof now, because usually before I start with something which has texture, we need to analyze the texture. So let's finish all the other stuff before quickly. So I really want to finish this stuff here before the stream is done. Okay, cool. I'm also learning towards that. Got to experience standing beneath the TV tower in Berlin a few years ago. Top 5 best moment of my life. Yeah, that's the TV tower is pretty cool. Where are you from? Warning. In Sweden we don't have skyscrapers, probably because of the contrast. Oh, Sweden is so nice. Such a beautiful country. Here we can also wait for the bricks. So let's finish the side panels. So the side panel if it's too tricky for you to find out how you do that, just start also with the side view then. And try to find out what is the texture of it. Before you put it in perspective. So it looks like an H. With the X in between. Yep. Pretty simple. What we now can do, we basically just scale that guy down and warp it in perspective. We also need to see that the ratio is correct here. We also need to be like, we don't need to be like 100% correct in terms of where it's placed. But it definitely helps to keep that in mind. Like things like those patterns are very interesting later on when we start to design our town. Because when we then use all the sailing ship parts, it's gonna be interesting when we emulate patterns like that while using the ship parts. Because this will definitely sell our design and also our inspiration. And when someone comes in who has a clue of architecture and knows European architecture, then this really helps to communicate, and they see like, oh wow, that was maybe the inspiration here. And never forget the edges. Otherwise the drawing looks very flat. If you draw something on a plane, always look for the second side. So always think everything is a cube, almost everything. So if we have the part of the X here, never forget this here, this part, never forget that. It's absolutely crucial to give your drawing this 3D look. I think we can also add another line here, because from below we see the lower plane here. So like this. Bam. We erase that out. Very quick. And now that we have this bad boy here, we just duplicate it. I think we can make it a little bit narrow. And then it's easy money. To be honest, like when I started with doing all this stuff, I would draw everything by hand, and I was so dumb, like not duplicating anything. Just like it took so much time. Hey Alien Esker, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Yay to architecture design. Yes, Celine. I don't like to design characters all that much, to be fair. My bad art school experience got me hate doing characters for a while. Why, Celine? Why is that so? What was actually bad about the experience? Cube is the source of all things. Praise the holy cube. Cubicube. Cubicube. Cubichan. Cubidoop. So for this guy we can take for the door. Whole door. The door looks pretty big, to be honest. Again, not sure if it's because of the reference or if it's really so big. I think I'm gonna draw that in again. It doesn't look nice. So, but of course it's still a drawing, so I don't want to have any tangents. So either I want to have a clear overlap or a clear separation, but you never want to have a tangent. They just look bad. I have a body pillow of a cube in my bedroom. Alright. Bad teachers telling me reference is cheating, not being taught any actual fundamentals, getting forced to draw highly cartoony stuff without understanding anything of form. Oh wow. Yeah, I agree, that's really rough. And also sounds like a lot of stupidity. Yeah, I mean, we all know the struggle of art school, right? It also, like, it seems to me like finding a really good structure these days, like a structure where you really have a good structure which can also work for different individuals, seems to be quite rare. I feel like most of the schools are really only for making money. I mean, fair enough, that's their ball game, but still it's really shitty on the other side. Also, becoming a teacher, I guess, is also way easier than ever. I mean, look at me, I'm sitting here and talking about perspective. I wasted 2 years of my life there. Yeah. But, yeah. But you can also learn from it, right? At the end, you need to stay positive about that stuff. It's shitty, but nothing you can do about it now, right? Just take it as a fuel. Seems to be like you're doing fine, Celine. A lot of anger, okay. Yeah, well, I totally get it. Consider MMA. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. You know, also it sounds like it was really like a money-making school, so I don't know how high was the price, but like you have those like those art schools where they just take all your money quite often these days. But I don't think I need to be shut up about it because the only teacher who taught me something there is actually in the Discord community. LOL. Really? That's kind of cool. Dimi, why you want to know the name? Do you want to send another hate mail? You just want to look at the website and spit at them? Ah, it's Gabriel. Oh, that's funny. Dimi and I, we know him. He's a good friend of Dimitri. So maybe Dimi, you know the school, right? I don't know that. Oh. I forgot actually the center in here. And it's also turning in perspective. So it's slightly turning around the corner. Maybe like this. That's pretty close. And it was the same school you have been to, Dimi? And the circle just closed. What is everyone else doing? It seems like we have 14 people. People just chilling, watching, or drawing, painting. Seems like Demi and Celine took over the whole conversation here. Annie Zo is also there. I finished the drawing just listening and chilling. Nice. Brandon. Hey Brandon! I didn't know that you were in the stream. Painting, working on a matte painting. It's hard though, but fun. Nice. Yeah, matte painting is really time consuming. Hannah still on marketing? Brandon, what are you painting the matte painting for? Portfolio or work or? Okay, I'm making a bold move now. I basically just merge everything before I do a backup layer. Because it speeds up the process a little bit more, and I'm losing patience. I don't know why. Oops. Speaking of art school, did you heard about ArtSide? It's in Bordeaux. Ah, I'm sorry, Hannah. I thought you I saw you. I don't know if it was you. No, so it wasn't you. Okay, someone was writing marketing. Sorry, I got it wrong. What are you studying in terms of design, Hannah? What type of design? And what do you have to do for your design studies? I'm curious, I want to know everything. Demi, have you planned vacation already for this year? I said it so often already, but I'm so surprised about the way this stuff is built. It's so funky. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but like, things like this you maybe not notice when you just look at it. But when you draw, then you get really the feeling of it. It's kind of interesting, but also confusing at the same time. I think we also need to add a little bit of line weight, so we have a clear view for the overlap, but that's something which I would usually do at the end. For example, now it's really tricky to see where's this front part. Yeah. Where's the clear overlap? And another one. It's a general design yet. I'm in my 4th year. I guess in your 1st year, I guess. But I have the option to focus on graphic fashion of product design as the course goes. That sounds interesting. Celine is curious. Did the concept art section exist at Pivot? Pivot? I don't know how to pronounce it. Pivot? When you attended. Demi, she wants an answer. All good, Hannah. All good. I understood what you want to say. Don't worry, all good. Don't apologize. All good. But it sounds interesting. Where do you study that, Hannah? I feel like it's kind of cool when you are able to try out different stuff in the first couple semesters before you really commit to something. So now let's duplicate that. We don't have to do that again. Just swap those guys. Does that work? I mean, the convergence is pretty strong in there. Need to see where's the other edge here. So we need at least to have those 3 rows. Yeah. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's the right one here. Okay. Seems to be the space in between is a little bit too narrow, but it's fine for me. It's fine for now. If I'm too picky with this, I will never get this done today. Oh no, that looks actually kind of weird. It's not pretty straight at all. I think that's better. Okay, where are we at? So the question is now, do we really commit to all the texture or not? Let's finish this part here maybe. At least we need to get all the three dynamic edges right. So maybe also stuff like that is interesting. Like the way the bricks look. The more time we spend with this is, of course, at some point you have to ask yourself, do you still learn from it? Or is it just like you being an autopilot or having fun? Or what is it that you actually learn? So it's kind of cool if you haven't, I don't know, drawn wood or bricks or something. So if you haven't drawn that, it's kind of cool to practice. Like, how do you communicate the texture of a certain material just by drawing? And I need to say, I learned really a lot while studying Mobius. Not only because he's amazing and he's great, and but he was super efficient with his line work. And he's just, for me, he's just a master of indication. Like indicating little stuff. For example, like from him I know how to draw the texture of leaves in a tree. He, for example, like he has a certain technique which looks like this. Like he does that, which looks kind of weird, of course, at the moment. So something like that, and then he does that inside of a tree, like very small. Okay, that looks really weird now. Let me do that again. So he does a tree, and then he does super little marks like that. Like this, for example. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't seen the chat. What? No, we only had comics and illustration. No. Okay, I will not read the conversation of Dimi and Celine. Hannah is studying at Federal University of Pernambuco in Brazil. Oh, nice. That's interesting. How long do you study that? I mean, you said you are in the first year, but how long does the studying going? Is it a 3-year program, 4-year program? Janos, do you think I can apply in studios in Germany even if I don't have an education in design? If my portfolio speaks for myself? Totally. If your portfolio is good enough, you can apply everywhere. The only thing you really have without a diploma is when you go abroad and when you try to apply for any visa. For example, when you go to the States, then it's tricky because if you tell them, okay, my job is to paint pretty images instead of having a design diploma, that just helps more to get a visa. But technically you don't. this is really cool. I haven't watched many environment designers do studies before. Yeah, I usually do them, but I always think nobody's interested in that. But I feel like now with the stream on doing this on a regular basis, that just happened to be that you guys gonna see me doing those type of simple studies. It's also a good exercise for me, you know, like I don't do any type of architecture drawings, like, so I do a lot of interior shots and a lot of like big landscape shots, but not really like I never have the time at work to really draw houses and stuff, you know. There's just no time for this. Dimitri asking Celine, Dimitri asking Celine, Celine answering, Dimi asking Celine. Yeah, I know, Dimi saying you're pending. No, I'm sorry, man. I realized what I've done. I apologize sincerely. You don't need to apologize, Celine. All good. It's a 4-year program. That's interesting. Okay, so what type of degree do you have at the end, Hannah? Is it a diploma? Is it a bachelor? Man, the study that you're doing is pretty cool. Also, it teaches me how I should study. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I think like I said before, for me it was often that I really wanted to make pretty studies, like really pretty studies. But a study, and I did a lot of studies where I just like rendered them until midnight and like really spending way too much time. Like, it actually doesn't make sense to spend 4 hours for a study, but if you can learn still something while doing it over 4 hours, then technically you can do that as long as you want, you know. Like it's never bad, but to learn how to use studies is way more interesting. And I think also a lot of beginners have to trouble with studies because it takes them so much energy to do the studies, you know, like getting the studies done. And when they're done with the studies, they should now try to apply everything they've learned, but all the energy is already gone. By the way, I will not apply those. This, or will I? It looks so modern to me. I don't know, let's just add it, but it looks really modern to me. Did they had those type of cylindrical chimneys back then? I'm really not sure. But yeah, again, like what I really enjoy about drawing is like trying to draw different textures and finding out how to draw the texture, you know, like to convey the material. And it also helps with painting, because when you know how to draw it, you definitely can paint it. I mean, now looking at it, it looks a little bit like that my part here is a little bit too big. But again, there's a conversion on the photo, so who cares about that? So, do we do the rooftop? Yeah, let's do the rooftop. Where's this bad boy here? Where's that? Okay. Because we need a little bit more space for this. Oh. Again, same thing for For a rooftop texture, I would always start with a simple plane, not trying to draw everything here in perspective, because it also is like those this texture here is like not consistent. It's like yeah, you see it indicates handcrafted stuff and hand builded piles. So we try to emulate that as best as we can. I think important is the proportion again, separation part. And we also need to keep in mind that we're gonna warp it perspective, so it's gonna be fine. That. Yo. Okay, let's duplicate it for backup. Now let's add this, and here I go a little bit of off rhythm, so it's not consistent. So looking here at this stuff, it's like not going perfect perpendicular. So we want to emulate this. So it can be a little bit off center. Like this. Actually we can do that on separate layer and then we just do it once and then we just duplicate it. This. Now we just duplicate it. Looked at the spacing is okay. Yup. Merge it, duplicate it again. Merge those. Duplicate them again. Looks already very interesting. Just in terms of rhythm. Okay, maybe like this. Okay, cool, that's enough. And now warping it again. Yes. Always duplicate for backup. Now let's warp this guy on the plane. And when you warp something on a plane, just start with the corners. They can actually be more squished. See, and it's already looking like that easy money. And here it's actually going a little bit concave, which we can also do, but we do that when we warped all the parts, because we have to scale that down. We'll do it twice. Let's merge. So now invert it with a mask, like taking a mask, Control I. So we don't have to erase that. We're basically bringing it back. we can use the bucket tool and bring it back. Easy money. Now we can technically also we should add another. Does that look right? Yeah, it looks right. Okay. Can warp the sky a little bit because it's also going around the corner, and we have to. It comes out a little bit. And then we also need to work a little bit on the edge, so the silhouette is nice. And it's maybe not perfect, but it communicates what we want to tell. And when we do our designs, when we draw our designs later on, all the studies we do now, all the textures we draw now, we just keep them, and then we can add them to our design drawings later on. So we save a lot of time also, and we have all the informations, all the things we studied already here. So I just save that, you know, I keep this, and then I add it later on to my own designs without redoing it again. It's a very quick method on adding stuff. Okay. Apply that. Also, let's make a backup of this drawing. Let's erase that. Okay. Well, probably this is probably a part of that, right? Yep. Warp that again, so we get this funky look of not perfect perpendicular architecture, which is something I definitely learned today. This goes in, this goes out, this goes in again. Oh, I missed the chat. I used to try and do studies for way too long until I realized that the ugly studies are more useful. Yes, you're right. I get a bachelor degree when I finish. Nice. Hey Burrito, welcome to the stream. Good night, Dimi. Have a good night. Sleep well. Yes, we can have a call tomorrow if you want. I would love to. See you at work. And greetings to Clara. I discovered the artist Zagred's way of doing studies, and it's so efficient. Just 2 values and then color on top with the right values underneath. Yeah, totally. You can do very simple studies just with values. It was a nice hangout on your stream. I'm off tonight. Wish you and the chat a great day and night. You too, Zo. Have a good one. So now we add a little bit of darker parts. So we need to take a look at the lower part because the panels get a little bit flatter. And it seems like there is some sort of like curvature going on, like this. How do I keep things in proportion? So I would say, like, if you watch the first part of the stream before we broke, you see how I constructed the whole proportion of that. I think also I would just combine both streams, edit them, and re-upload them on the YouTube channel so you can watch it again. But in general, I just do squares everywhere, and then I try to keep like certain relations to stuff. So when I see, for example, like the door is that big, I have a clue for this. Let me take a different one. So when I see like, okay, this person is at that height, then I know like, okay, that's how long the door, how tall the door is. And then I look at this stuff, it's also almost the same height here as the door. And when I look at the whole thing here, it's basically just a cube separated in 3 parts. And then I just compare the parts. I go for an X here, X here. You go from one corner to another corner. Find the middle way. And that's a basic build-up process for any perspective drawing, construction. And then you can just like, you just try to see stuff. Are you using the line tool? Yes, I use the line tool. For stuff like straight lines, I use the line tool. I did a lot of this in the beginning, but then it felt very inefficient. Also, like the position of my hand, I use a lot of wrist drawing with the Wacom. So basically use the line tool, set on pixels. And then I do the straight lines and I combine it with my drawing. And that's how I do it. That's the most fast way for me. It speeds up basically the process. You're welcome, Burrito. Have a good night. But for example, Hannah, like outline and stuff, I would just draw the stuff here like this, you know. But when I have super straight lines, I either go for the line tool or for just the normal brush. It really depends what is more convenient. To be honest, I really underestimated how long this thing gonna go here. How long it's gonna take. It took way longer than expected. I really wanted to finish that bad boy. Yeah, but for stuff like this, I like to draw it in rather than using the line tool. But now when I do the window again, take the line tool. It's just way more convenient. And I put it on, I bind it on H on my keyboard, so I'm just switching in between B and H. Yeah, the problem is when you use brush and shift is that you really have to point before you before you do that, and your brush has to be on full opacity. So that's something I also did before, and it really annoyed me that I always had to switch to a brush without opacity to one with opacity. So that's why I started to use the line tool, and you also get a perfect pixelated line on both ends, you know. So let's also write down the front panel. So we keep it, because this is also our study page. So when we do the designs, or when I go for design sketches, I will keep my study, my drawing with me, as mentioned. So I know, okay, that's how the side panels are looking, that's how the front panels are looking, that's how the separation is. Okay, they have some certain overlap here, stuff from the geometries coming out, etc., etc. It's just it just makes sense. And that's also a mistake I did in the past. I did studies and then I put the study away and do all the other stuff, but I did not revisit my study, you know. So it makes really sense to do that. Do you guys have any more questions? Because I think I will finish the stream in the next 20 minutes. Yeah, it's super efficient, Hannah. And the funny thing is, like, a lot of people don't know about it. Like, I remember I have a colleague, he's a really nice guy, and he asked me how, one day he asked me at work how I am so fast with my line drawing. And then he was watching me and then was like, what is that you just used there for the straight line? And I was like, it's just a line tool. And then it just blew his mind. He was like, oh, how could I not know about that? And he's like a super professional, really good artist, like working for years, but he didn't have that on his radar. Also, Burrito, I don't know if you're still here, but what is also helpful, like when you do stuff like that, you can also just draw a little figure next to the drawing, like, or just like something like that, and then you can also figure out if your proportion is working or not. Are you here? Yeah. Just, you know, like what I was like learning is to compare stuff. Like, how big is the window compared to the door? How big is the roof compared to the basement? How big is the texture of the ceiling with the bricks, etc., etc. No, Celine, don't worry. It was actually quite entertaining. I imagine you going with an axe through the school, talking to the head chief, or going into an MMA fight with the head chief. All good, Celine. Don't worry. Maybe that would be especially funny. How do you go about going details? Because I feel like it's really tiring. Yeah, you get used to it. You know, like when you draw something which has a lot of detail, and you do it for the first time, it's super tiring. But when you do it for 3 years, 8 hours per day, it can be actually becoming fun. Also, finding out new stuff can be very interesting. But I usually try to avoid any type of donkey work, you know? Like work which is unnecessary. Because I hate any type of waste. Waste of time, waste of potential, waste of food, any type of waste, waste of energy. Just like when you try to learn it, just try to ask yourself, okay, what is necessary to communicate, and anything else doesn't matter, because you're communicating an idea, and it's just important that the viewer get the idea, that he or she gets what you do. What is that? What is that emoji? I don't see it. It's too small on my screen. This, for example, Hannah, because of the talking about the line tool, like when I get organic lines, which I can't do, I just still eventually have to turn the canvas. Also for stuff like characters, I never use the line tool, because you just have so little lines which are straight. Oops. Okay. Double check this here. It comes out of that. Okay, that's interesting. So this comes out, and this goes around. It looks also very funky. Yeah, looks like that. This goes like this. Hey Ahmed, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow on YouTube. I mean, at least we spend so much time on this study. We can at least push it a little bit more to make it even nicer to present. And then we also have a nice thumbnail image for the re-upload, the stream. We can also add some clouds. Hey Inmo, welcome to the stream and thanks for the Twitch follow. So, yeah, we wanted to write down what is the front panel, so we have it for the next part. So the next stream will be on Saturday, and for the future I want to stream once on Wednesday. So for the future I want to stream at least once per week. So it will be either Wednesday or Saturday. And in any case I'm not streaming, I'm producing content for the YouTube channel, so that you guys get content at least once a week. And we can have a little chat or something. Also, for all the people who joined, we have an art community. If you want to join on Twitch or on YouTube, there's a Discord button. Feel free to join. And we are also sharing art references, sharing social media, sharing critique, and help each other. So feel free to join. Anyway, great that I get desensitized to detailing if I do it enough. Yes, you do. If you do detailing enough, it gets very convenient, and also can be fun and relaxing. Yeah, some sort of relaxation, actually. Yeah. This person's probably 2 meters if he has the size of the door. Yeah, it's a tall person. If he's too big for you, I can shrink him down if you want. How tall are you, Roducci? Like this? Or like this? Just say stop. What also would be interesting later on to add stuff like foliage to the where do I have it? Because I had a really nice reference. This one here could be really interesting then to add foliage to the house, because I also wanted to have some sort of overgrowth. So like that's also cool if you did a study already. Sorry for the bad joke. If you did a study already, what could be also interesting if you look at stuff like this, like foliage, and then thinking about, okay, how is the foliage climbing up the building and how can I add that to make maybe the study or the building more interesting, and how can I draw that? Back to the part of detail, right? Like, how do I break this very complex pattern down into drawing? And there's actually also a simple way of doing that. You can, sometimes it works. You could try to take the photo, then you put it to grayscale first, Maybe it works, maybe not, can't promise anything. Then you double tap on the layer, and then you separate the blacks and the whites. Does it work here? Is the other layer still below? Oh. Oh, okay. That was stupid. So, again. No. So you basically shift those sliders here. And what you want to do is you want to shift the sliders, and you can separate them while pressing Alt and clicking on them. And what you want to look for is the foliage texture. But when it becomes too bright, see what is happening now? Like we separated all the grays out. Like that. Let's move this boy. Now let's get a little bit darker again. That looks kind of perfect. Yeah, that sounded wrong. I apologize. And now we have this. Like black and white texture. Then we merge it with the normal layer. Then we merge it with the normal layer. Okay, it doesn't want to get merged. Anyways, we can use it like that. And now we have that. Let's invert it. Let's paint in the foliage. Now we could technically also warp the stuff. What is the resolution you have, Hannes? Because we had this already today, and I thought it would be fixed. So what you then can do, you basically can bring back the texture of the foliage and just play with it while looking at your reference, of course. And you can also start to play with it and add certain stuff. And sometimes it works nicely, but sometimes it can look off. It really depends. That's weird. That seems to be something on YouTube. I don't know why. Because on Twitch it's 720p. So maybe it's the conversion over Streamlabs. But I will look into it after the stream. That's definitely weird. Yeah, but that's again, that's a great tool on applying also texture. Okay, that's weird. You can't see most of the things? Okay, could you double check on Twitch how it looks? Because I have my phone here. And I have Twitch open. Okay, so that's kind of bad. Because it's set to 720. Oh, okay. Johannes said it's better on Twitch. Yeah, so then it's YouTube. Yeah, I think it's because YouTube is processing the live stream. So when I re-upload, or when the stream is done, then it's gonna take as long as the stream was, and it reprocesses the stream until it gets 720. So it probably gets streamed the cleanest on Twitch. Okay, so maybe for the future then we have to do the streams only on Twitch, I guess. You couldn't read the text on YouTube? that bad? Okay. Oh wow, okay. So bad for YouTube. I feel like also like they don't put too much effort into the streaming thing on YouTube. So everyone who just listened, the better quality is on Twitch. But it's interesting that you mention it, because I haven't realized that. And also it's the first time today in the stream that people saying it. When you upload the stream, maybe download the Twitch VOD, take that. People won't understand what you explained through the video. Yeah, no, it's actually like I can do that, or either they processes. So the signal gets sent to YouTube, but YouTube takes so long until it's up. So, for example, my 5-hour stream, with my 5-hour stream with the portfolio reviews, took like 2 days until it was up on YouTube with 720p. So maybe, yeah, maybe we have to multi-stream and then just saying to the people, if they want a good quality, they have to go on Twitch. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that the quality on YouTube was so bad. Because I have Twitch open on my phone separately, and it looks fine here. So I thought you guys have good quality, or like good enough. YouTube is not ready yet. Yeah, anyways, so that's a very simple trick on adding like texture, but of course now it's you need to rework it a little bit. So what you need to do is you need to merge it. Now it works. You need to merge it so it no, it didn't work. Why it didn't work? Do I need to draw on the layer? Okay. Either way, we need to push the contrast a little bit, so we can level it out. Because we don't want a lot of dark spots in there. Because they take a lot of contrast. This is all you guys switching to Twitch, I guess, right? And then you just draw on top, technically. And then you can really look for the shape, like what is the leaf shape, and then you just give it a more interesting edge, and you can really play with all that. Like looking how the leaves and the foliage is wrapping around the stuff. Looking what is the pattern. Really start with analyzing the pattern. Look, okay, what is the shape? You can also draw over it, trace over it, whatever, and then just figuring out, okay, what is the pattern and what is the shape. Okay, let me take that out here. It was just an example. All right. What time is it actually? Oh, it's half past 10 already. Wow. Random question. Is eyesight something we sacrifice to do art? After every session my eyes get super tired and all I want to do is close them. And yes, I do the 20-minute 20s rest rule. What is that rule? I don't know the rule. Never heard of that. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, yes, we trade that, but what you can do is like draw on a gray background, not on a white background. I don't know, it's rest when you can, but to be honest, I'm not the right person to talk about resting, but because I'm really someone who has problems with taking a break. Today also I almost haven't took a break. I started working at right before 9 this morning and I worked through the whole day until the stream started at 7 and now I just streamed. So yeah, I'm really not the right person for resting. Also, you see the last stream we did on the weekend, like 5-hour stream straight. I don't know. Yeah, I actually have those Tony Stark glasses here with me, but I never use them. You wanna see the Tony Stark glasses? And now everything is yellow and I can't paint anymore. Basically, it's just look at something very far for 20 seconds, so your eyes readjust. Ah, okay. Computer glasses, look out for the window every 20 minutes. Lighting conditions are super important. It's a good software if digital is a problem. Getting blue light glasses helps. Yeah, it does. It really looks like that. It looks so stupid. Yeah, Max is right. Maybe you're just tired in general. Man, I really want to finish this. It's almost 11. Oh, I forgot. Take off the glasses. Didn't know you were a Cyberpunk character. Yeah, sometimes. I heard Cyberpunk wasn't that successful. Seems like people were pretty disappointed by it. We need to clean this. Totally forgot about it. It's so sad that I don't see the interior here of the roofing. Oh, we actually need to totally forgot to work on the edges of this. That's also very important, like silhouette. It's very important just to communicate the right stuff. I just eyeball it here now because I have no patience anymore. big question what we do with the interior here. Like I mean, we could do something like this in perspective. I don't know if I like that. It's kinda not cool. And I didn't want it to shade this part. The thing's like every line has to go somewhere, so we basically have to... So dark. Seems like panels. So let's stick to the panels. Oh, like this. By the way, I totally forgot. It seems like I also got a donation by Vorwerk, but it's not showing. It's not showing on the donation tab on the interface. So I don't know. Again, whoever Vorwerk is, thanks for the $10 donation. I really don't want to go in a bed before I finish this. I'm so stupid. Where is it attached to? It comes out of... Wait, this goes in here. So there's a word, there's a second word, so it comes from here. It goes in diagonal. That's interesting. The other one we don't see. Dun, 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 dun. This music. And someone was asking about painting this. So painting something which you already drew out so far is very easy. Like just turn the image to grayscale. First look at the values, like how dark is the certain value of the certain material. Then look at the local color. Then just make a silhouette with one layer. Add another clipping mask with a new layer, then add the local colors, and then just put a multiply layer on top and a linear dodge add layer on top for the light. And with the multiply layer you just paint in the shadows, and for the light you just add some warm light. And try not to go over the planes. Really stay very strict to that. And if that's too complex for you, maybe try out rendering simple cubes before. Try out to render concrete, then wood, and then you will get that very easily, very fast. Like painting is very logical. I mean, drawing is technically also very logical, but painting is even more logical, if you ask me. I mean, of course, like drawing is very straightforward because it's just 2 points connecting and every line has to go somewhere. But when it comes to drawing something really good and communicating, texture, design, whatever, compared to making a good color harmony or painting in light, painting in shadow, I find learning the drawing part is way more difficult. Okay, let's do the last texture and then we stop for today. Let's do the bricks. Again, very simple. Try to find the spacing. And then the bricks you can be a little bit more loose. Then for bricks, just offset the stuff. Yeah, I'm not very precise with that one. It's again easy money. And bam, you have a brick wall. Is that like that? Yes. We also keep that later for our design stage. This one we just apply. Again, when you warp stuff, start with the edges. And look out for the size, like it seems like the size should be a little bit smaller here. Like this. At the moment I kinda struggle with painting light when I don't have the precise reference I need. I get overwhelmed very quickly. Okay, that's just a lack of fundamental knowledge. What is good when you do that is just take your time to make a painting study in between. And with painting study I don't mean you have to paint like a huge image or something. What I like to do is either try to render the stuff with a sphere or with a box, and then just doing a very simple application of the thing I want to understand. I mean, I don't know what's the root of your issue you have, but technically it's very simple. It's always very simple. And just look at the basic form of the object you want to render, and then just do it either in a cube or in a sphere or in a cylinder. I understand how to separate an image into core values like JP showed it in his class, but when it have to come up with your own shadow shapes. Yes, you know, Celine, that's also like all the stuff comes with experience, because it also has to do with likeness, you know? Not only seeing what is a good shape and understanding what is a good shape, but this also comes only with repetition. You have to do it again and again to see, okay, that's a good shape, that shape works, that doesn't. That's just experience. But also, like, if you have questions or if you need feedback or something, just hit me up or post it in the chat. Also, someone asked yesterday how to support the stream. If you really feel like you want to support the stream, just share the stream or share the channel or the community with your art friends. That already helped, and I'm happy that you guys here. So, and girls, of course. All right. Now we erase that guy out here. We have another beam here. Dun. Oh, that was the wrong brush. Yeah, I think I've been putting off painting images, even though I like doing it, because I always feel need to plan out everything. Super tight drawing and done. That's good, Celine. That's the best plan. Like, most people want to jump into painting immediately, so the better your drawing is, the better is your painting. Because like you basically a problem solver and you find all the solutions in the beginning. Who is still on the stream? Just give me a quick hi in the chat. Burrito's still here. Max is still here. 410HA is here. Kira Psycho's here. It's great to have you all. Seems like I need to do this part again. That looks horrible. What am I doing? Why do I not use... I have the texture, why don't I use my texture? I guess it's about time. It's about time to make Feierabend. Nice, still drawing. I love the spirit. I love the spirit of the stream. It's such a good feeling just to know that you guys are also drawing. I'm also really always interested to know if the streams are really interesting for you guys or not. If you can learn anything, I'm happy. Otherwise it would be just me talking to myself all the time. Again, I really underestimated. What is happening here? Ah, it's on gray. I really underestimated how long this study goes. I wouldn't think that this type of architecture has so much fidelity and takes so long. So many small nuances to cover. I mean, we don't see it on the reference, but I just draw it in here. Oops. I mean, what I also would do then is like, yeah, adding stuff like the grass before, like in front of the drawing. Like these are just very small stuff which can sell so much more reality, you know, like maybe having grass coming out of some of the bricks. Yeah, having a little bit of this foliage or this walkway. I mean, this is just really on having fun with your drawing, you know, and like, I don't know, try to find out how to draw this bush, to communicate, okay, it's a bush. Adding a little bit of sand, whatnot. I mean, we haven't even drawn this part here. Ay. Something inside of me says like, finish this. Don't stop here. And I would also add more line weight, definitely. Especially going over all the silhouettes of all the edges here. And I would add more line weight. Just in terms of like giving the time we spent on making the drawing, giving it the appreciation. It's like we spend so much time on making a drawing. Now we can also give it the good final touch, give it some love. Yeah. These streams are really fun. Thank you, Burrito. I've been drawing, listening the whole time. That's cool. Still drawing too, but haven't come very far. Are you still raging, Celine? So everyone, thank you all for joining. It was really fun. I think we called it a day for today. So I hope you could take something out of it. You could learn something. Again, the next stream will be either on Saturday or next week on Wednesday. So we will stream at least once a day. Once a week, I'm sorry. Yeah, I wish you all a wonderful night, a good day tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you could learn something. Yeah, and I think all the people who are at the stream right now are already on the art community. If you're not at the art community, go on the YouTube banner or on the Discord, on the Twitch, on the Discord button. Join the art community. We share everything there, like art and stuff. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful night and see you on the next stream. Ciao Max, ciao Hannah, ciao Celine, ciao Burrito. Ciao everyone. Bye bye.